Thank you.
Lokumnanda ngithi ngicela uqhubeke ngayo le ndlela leyo.
More like the referee one is Lungo.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't even Maungo.
Yes,
Mamonga.
Mamonga.
Itumetse dithebe serati mudi senyane.
Yes.
Lerato ntlogelwa.
Yes.
Ga o nyadiwe ntlametse o bonetse rathari esego.
Radiaka. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We are alive and well and kicking. How much time we have? Okay, thank you.
Karabo Dlamini. Just number 26, Refilwe Tolakel. And the substitutes are as follows. Just number 2, Tiseso Makubela. Just number 7, Mudikanelo Mashiro. Just number 9, Sandra Mugwara. Just number 10, Guitumelo Rabali. Just number 11, Melinda Kadieta. Just number 13, Oratile Mukwena. Just number 14, Magia Ronisha. Just number 16, Komota Musimango. Just number 18, Ronel Donnelly. Just number 20, Asanda Hadebe. Just number 24, Wendy Shong. And the coach for Mamelodi Sundowns is Godfrey Sapula from South Africa. Now for Team Gaborone United FC, just number 14, Tlamelo Peresi. Just number 2, Kesokofetse Moshawe. Just number 3, Nancy Bailet. Just number 4, Desiree Kenyadiswe. Just number 7, Jessica Maponga. Just number 9, Kitu Metsi Ditebe. Just number 18, Serati Mudisenya. Just number 19, Larato Motokela. Just number 20, Haunya Diu Ontale. Just number 23, Obonet Rathari. Just number 26, Lesoro Radiakai. And the substitutes are as follows. Just number 1, This number 5, Oteng Bonang. This number 6, Peggy Manewe. This number 8, Bofelo Ranso. This number 11, Yaone Mudise. This number 12, Konaya Mudimo Macha.
Semi-final number 2, this one under the lights. The CAF Women's Champions League COSAFA Qualifiers 2026. It is the two-time African champions, Mamelodi Sundowns of South Africa. They are up against the Gaborone United ladies of Botswana, the defending champions of this particular competition. Well, the question that we will ask, very top of the show, is who will join Zesco Ndola girls in the final come Saturdays? It's 90 minutes of frantic stuff. Well, just to share with you at home, before you move around, get the popcorns and get the juices ready, we're saying that if we are level in 90 minutes, we go straight to a penalty shootout. But I'm sure we wanted to make light work of everything else. We have the final match of the day, and it is for a spot in the final. Well, the stadium has filled up to capacity almost. Those are the faithfuls of Gaborone United. They've brought the vuvuzelas, they've brought the drummers, and those are the traveling and some of the local branches of Mamelodi Sundowns. They are not to walk alone. They are not alone. In any part of Africa, you are never alone. KK or Miss K is alongside me, and hence just confirming that I am not walking alone.
Of course, you will never walk alone while I'm here. Very entertaining game is what we are expecting, as the two-time champions are against the defending champions, Glow. The supporters came in numbers. They didn't want to disappoint. They all want to be here to see who will be joining Zesco Ndola girls.
Well, the Brazilians, business as usual in the group. They topped Group B, scoring for fun, if you could call it that. And here is that silver lining. It is full moon out in Botswana. Well, the wind has increased from 11 to 16, and that has a say in the manner in which the football is to be played. It is night time at 21 degrees. That has improved, and welcome for the players. We are really admiring that beautiful silver lining that we are getting to see, as they call it, full moon. The pitch has been very well looked after up until this particular stage. We are expecting nothing different at a later stage. Battle lines very clear, goal line very clear. You have the penalty spot nicely marked. We had an opportunity to see the ladies in the warm-up, stretching, making sure that they get ready for this particular match.
Of course, Mamelodi Sundowns there taking the warm-up, led by players like Bambanani Mbani. Look at players like Rifilo Tolakele leading the Mamelodi Sundowns during the warm-up. We'll take you through the lineup and, of course, comment on the changes made by the two coaches of Mamelodi Sundowns and Gaborone United.
Well, it is Andile Dlamini getting through the warm-up and making sure every angle is closed down, making sure that every T is crossed and every I is dotted. We then take a look at the other side of the pitch. You've got Camelo Peresi as well as Jessica Modise, some of the players who have gone to the salon to make themselves look absolutely bright and beautiful. But Chawe, very business-like. She's in that defense and is a player that is absolutely notable. Not forgetting Ontla Metsi. And the goalkeepers here have really made their place pretty much homage in terms of the ground. Well, we look at the two sides in terms of the log standings. For Gaborone United, it has been a buffer, a tether here and there. They've scored 3 goals, conceded 3, looking at coming into the stage on a limp and a prayer. And many questions has been asked by the locals to say, is Gaborone going to defend their crown? Is Gaborone going to be bundled out? Well, let me just share something for you. Football is a cruel game. You can have your worst game in the previous match and come out and put your right foot forward. So for every team that finds itself in the semi-final stages, you have to be alert. The red and white army is out there to share their support for every player out there, hoping that they will get them over the line. They need you more than ever. Sundowns, on the other hand, they have navigated this path once too many, and they know what it's all about.
They know what it's all about. Mamelodi Sundowns, a side which are scoring goals for fun. The big question is, will the Red Roses be able to stop Masandawana from scoring? That remains the question. They have only considered once Mamelodi Sundowns a very funny goal against the Costa do Sol.
Well, we have become accustomed to some crisp passing, tiki-taka under the lies, finishing sharp. They look ready. You know, Gaborone United's intensity, pressing drills, the coach shouting, the crowd already chanting, Giu, Giu. I think that was pretty impressive during the warm-ups. Spotting a completely new side in the Mamelodi Sundowns outfit. In the previous match, they also played a completely new side. So that shows the depth of this particular team. They're not to be outdone. Here's the drummer. He is about to remind us in Africa that it is all bright and beautiful. It is all about music and song. It is all about dancing and chanting, and not forgetting the celebrations.
Not forgetting the celebrations, the supporters of Mamelodi Sundowns, a side with so much depth in the squad. Last game they played, it was a new team. This time around, when we take you through the lineups, we're going to tell you a completely new team. And we were talking about Zescondola girls as well as the Silver Strikers, a fatigue coming in here and there. As for Mamelodi Sundowns, surely they can relate.
Well, talking about a tournament that started on the 20th of August. The final is on the 29th of August. Tonight, we get the two finalists. We've already got one. We're waiting for the winner between this match. And it will be all systems go. Gaborone United, the hosts. They are up against Sundowns. And who will meet Zesco in the final?
And who will play Silver Strikers for that third spot?
Well, the teams are getting ready to come out of the tunnel and line up and get their handshakes, their eyes firmly on the prize. And we are about to make our way to kickoff. The fans of Gaborone, I should be saying kia leboha for your presence and making sure this tournament has gone on without a glitch.
Of course, Ra leboga all the supporters who has been, coming to Gaborone United Stadium since day one, and we are hoping even on Saturday when we wrap things up, they're going to be here in numbers. And for some of these supporters also, it will be so interesting for them to see the local girl in Refilwe Tholakele facing her teammates at national team level, but today she's in a very different team.
Well, Gimatata. There's no two ways about it. And we have 90 minutes ahead of us. We have two sides that are deserving of being at this particular spot. You have the nation's pride and the national flags hoisted up pretty high. And you have the business of the day. You have the business of the day. So Mamelodi Sundowns getting to this particular point. Their first match was against Nsingizini Hotspurs. They made light work of the Eswatini side. They were leading 7-0 in the first half. We thought that one was going to go to 21-0. It didn't. Nsingizini came back in the second half, put a stop to it, and Sundowns won that one by 8-0. It still is the highest score of the tournament thus far. We then went on with Mamelodi Sundowns, and they faced Silver Strikers of Zimbabwe. 2-0 was the scoreline before the break. They ended up that one with 3-0. So again, you're getting a side that does the business in the first 45, comes out a lot more organized, a lot more calmer in the second, or do we say the second half, usually the opposite teams have figured you out and just put a bit of an end. Here is that song, Miss K.
That's one that when you hear, you kind of crumble a bit. You feel it, whether you like it or not. And these players, they know this song says to them, are you booking a spot in the finals or not? Gaborone United, it hasn't been an easy tournament so far for them. They had to come from a goal down to beat Lesotho Defence Force 2-1. They went on to beat Herentau Queens at 1-0. And they were beaten by Zescondola Girls 2-0 in the last group game of Group A.
Teams line up in front of the dignitaries. The flags, the officials nicely kitted, and the two teams. And quick handshakes between the two. Camelo leading her team to get that over the line. And it is one that's going to be a fantastic match. Get ready. Bring the popcorns closer. Remember, family at home, we are aligned. We are together. We are on the same WhatsApp group. And I will certainly keep you posted of any developments that happen around here that you are not able to see. I am your friend. I am your partner in crime and out of crime. Here is the referees, Ednas Gumbo, Juveline Augustinius of Namibia, that is the assistant number 1, and Dominica Melusi of Zimbabwe, assistant referee number 2. The fourth official is Chipo Mercy of Zimbabwe, and she will make sure that VAR with Brighton Chimeme and Lumbizai Musawa, that is our VAR referees. We had a decision, and that's this being the first tournament in Zimbabwe to ever use VAR, a moment for Zimbabweans to be proud, and more so women's football to be proud, as this is where we are going in football in terms of ensuring that there is fair play. There are those close decisions that are being decided by the bird's eye view. So the captains, Radio Kanyo, as well as Ramalepe, we've got two captains. I'm not sure Radio Kanya getting instructions, and Ms. Peresi there in the thick of things, and the referee just showing her to go back to her teammates and not get involved. So the gifts as Ramalepe and goalkeeper Peresi is choosing a side, and she should know better. This is the home ground. And handshakes, the picture that everyone is always after. And Mamelodi Sundowns, as well as Gaborone United, get us going. We introduce to you the lineup: Andile Dlamini, Esane, Pila, Ludwig, Mbane, Daweti, Biana, Mtandi, Ramalepe, Dlamini, and Tolage. You go to the bench, you've got Mr. Zolile Sapula. He says, I'm going to sit alongside Makubela, Mashiko, Rabale, Khadiete, Mukwena, Roshina, and Musman.
A completely new side for Mamelodi Sundowns, coming with the 4-3-3 formation, where you are looking at Biana, Mtandi, Louis to supply Refilo Tolagele, Sesane, and Dawit. But Gaborone United, Tlamelo Peresi, Kitofetso Mochawe, Nensiba Elezi, Lorata Motlogala, Serati Mudisanyani, the only change in the Red Roses, replacing Huizi Mantlama, who is on the bench together with Kifulo Tafa, Peggy Manewe, Yao Nemudise, and Khalid Nyonzima leading his side.
Well, we're looking at Gaborone United coming through with the 4-3-3 formation. Ratari and Bayeletsi, two defensive midfielders. It is Radio Kanyo that will assist Ontlametsi. Ditebe on the right-hand side, Maponga on the left-hand side will be using and exploiting the width. As Mamelodi Sundowns, they say, Minwana Pezulu, Banyanaba style. They are in the house. We then look at Coach Msapula, who's really turned this team into a well-oiled machine and bringing the best of Isabel Ludwig, bringing the best of Karabo Dlamini. We then look at Coach Khalid, who also has a task on his hands to make sure that his team comes out of the buffering. And these two teams know each other, and we get underway, and it's Mamelodi Sundowns that send the ball into the opposition half and immediately looking to camp out and put them under pressure. That is a clear indication, Ms. K, that what do they want to do? Press from the whistle.
Press from the whistle, camp in the Gaborone United side with the players that they have, Mamelodi Sundowns, the speedy wingers that they have, and Gaborone United, Mudisanyane, Kenyadize, they're gonna have to be very careful. They should avoid going forward because Mamelodi Sundowns, once you go forward, they exploit those spaces, and this is what they wanted to glow, from the whistle. Now throw into them.
Is a throw in? It's Karabo Dlamini, the player who scored a brace in the previous match. Here's Mrs. Dlamini inside the box and still staying on her feet. Eventually, she was dispossessed as Bambanani Mbane will just allow a quick throw in, but she's been stopped in her tracks. You will be able to see the level of intensity and also not only the level of intensity, the intelligence that is to be applied on the park. So a throw in, Karabo Dlamini. It is a high ball that picks up Ramalepe. Gives an indication to Kutsopila to stay back. And Knox expected to be those players that really will have the creative juices to see the opening thereof. Radio Canyo, the home goal, was full of running. Looking to pick up Isabel Ludwig.
For this Gaborone United side, the indication is clear that they are picking that midfield. We already isolated there. We're going to have to look at players like Radia Kanyo, Ditebe Maponga. Defensively, how are you helping? But when going forward also, how supportive are you of Neymar Untlamezeranya?
Yes, Isabel. Ball picked up by Mamelodi Sundowns. It's Luluna Daweti threading that ball into the kitchen, and that is the first corner. Echawe had to get her foot out to break that attack. We've seen the communication and also trying to get the goals to switch on is Muchawe. Corner is to be played short. You've got Nontlantla Mtandi in that box. But delivery is coming in, and Ditebe gets it away. Radio Kanyo. Ramalepe gets a foot in, stops. Maponga in her tracks. Counter-attack is going to be absolutely key. The indication is very clear from Giu. Wasted ball. While the vuvuzelas are out, the drummers are out. There's Pitbull. Matlami. Kutsopil. A lot of shifting in the midfield, a lot of shifting in defense. Karabo forced back. All the way to the goalkeeper. Good work there by Ontlametsi. Ramalepe pushing up, the fullback. Looking to give Sundowns added bodies going forward. Throw in. Knox. Runs, gets herself out of trouble is Nokola Pesane. Another twin, but she's not fortunate to be playing with her twin. Refilwe Tolagale just gets a touch and that ball goes out for a goal, for a throw-in.
First 4 minutes, which the two teams, structurally we can see what they want to do. Gaborone United, we defend in numbers. When we go forward, we try to go in numbers, try to catch Mamelodi Sundowns on counter-attack. Mamelodi Sundowns is clear the winners with Ramalepe always good going forward to help in attack.
We were pretty happy to hear some of the voxes of the people in the taxi ranks that were talking and putting some bets together and saying this is a battle, South Africa versus Botswana. It is similarly that in the commentary booth, and it is outnumbered in the Obi van there, where we've got a full house of the homages. Here's the mistake that is being made, and should that be a free kick on the edge of the box? Kutso Pila taking an eye off the ball, and it looks like Ontlametsi, who's or Ratari there, that's left grimacing in that. She's been helped up by Bambanani Mbane. This is the reason. Loss of the ball there from Kolosa Biana, and Ratari being helped up by Bambanani Mbane. Well, let me not lie. A lot of these players have got other qualifications as they come into this match. We've got some PhDs, we've got some masters, and that is what women's football is about, a balancing equation of sports and education. Ramalepe, one that decided that she wants to go back to school. That is Ramalepe. It is never too late. Ball over the top. All the way back to Andile Dlamini. We are expecting that Gaborone United will play with the mid-block, being a lot more cautious of the approach and the explosiveness of Mamelodi Sundowns. That's the amount of respect. But do keep an eye on the explosive counter-attacks that one would be dishing out today. You're looking for Ditebe, Liluna Daweti, threading that ball, looking for Radio Kanya. She has the company. Kept in play. Chibobo, Samaya, to the left and to the right. Let's go. Who's not to be taken out is Mklukailwa. She says, you can put those Chibobos, you can do those Samayas, but I'm going to stop you.
I'm going to win my team a goal kick.
I'm going to make sure I protect my goalkeeper, Wachawa. That's what the pressure does, and the turnover ball in the favor of Mamelodi Sundowns. Coach Khalid Niozima has asked for one more push from his players, as they do need to defend this crown. Tandi, Liluna Daweti. It's a bit of a push. There's a player that seems to be in trouble. Coach Khalid Niozima. I told you, these are the United States of Africa. Coaches from Burundi, the team is from Botswana. All missing from this lineup is Tama. She's on the bench. Bambanani Mbane. There's Ditebe, Doba. They call her Ben 10 in this part of the world. And it's a free kick. Sundowns defensively, playing with danger. And again, Bambanani Mbane, Kolosa Biana looking to give away free kicks. Well, this will be in Andile Dlamini territory. Have a look at that. Kolosa Biana.
falling in Jessica Mabonga in there. Credit to Gaborone United for putting that pressure, for piling that pressure on the Mamelodi Sundowns defense. We'll see what Kitumezi Ditebe is going to do there. We've seen how she takes the free kicks in a good area, one may say. And Andile Dlamini, we'll see whether she's up to the task or not.
Well, family, here's the first report. Miss K is up on her feet. She's up on her feet and saying she's getting up so that she doesn't sit on the goals. This could be the first goal of the match, and it is the trusted Kitumezi Ditebe. She's got a four-man wall to deal with, and would she go straight to goal and exploit the left-hand side of Andile Dlamini? Ditebe! And the wall does its job. Machawa sends it back though, and that's not to trouble.
For the player of Kitumezi Ditebe Kaliba, a disappointing free kick, one may say. Why not take it up? We have seen the first appearance of Botswana at WAFCON. She scored a beautiful free kick against Morocco. But for her, it's a disappointing one.
But I think what she tried to do was to lift that ball over the wall and get to the goalkeeper's left-hand side, which is where she had left most of the space. But the wall doing its job, and you got to also compliment the defensive structure that's been deployed. Otherwise, Ditebe does pack a beautiful long-range shot, and you can ask many keepers. They'll tell you when the game is done that my fingers are burning. So it is a throw-in. Knox. Isabel Ludwig. Darcy. Yes, Ludwig. Well, you'll remember Miss Janine van Wyk. She was called Tandega. You get given a name. And she's just released her book as Miss Janine van Wyk. 185 caps. And the most by any African player. So here's Ntandi. Ditebe is asking for it. Lelona Daweti puts her foot in. And here's the pit bull looking to thread that ball into the box. It's picked up by Kutsopila. Ramalepe is alongside her. She can carry the ball if she likes, or she could just thread it through, looking to find Isabel. Isabel has got Knox lurking on the left-hand side. Knox has got Biana. She's got Kutsopila. Chooses to go to Pila. And Sundowns, for the moment, good rotation, looking for that patient build-up. Liluna Daweti releases Dlamini Karabo, and that ball goes out for a throw-in. Bambanani Mbane, who is closest, takes it quick, takes it short. Kutsopila as a captain to contend with, but this time she wants to keep Andile Dlamini not on holiday, and neither is she keeping her on the shore. She wants her inside. She wants her inside the water, doing the business.
She should do the business. She shouldn't get cold. Andile Dlamini, always ready for action. That's what the defense is trying to do, involving her in play.
Ms. K, you know what they say when you go into cold water, or if you stand outside and you feel the water, it's very cold. But once you're in it, it is warm. So for Ms. Dlamini, she will be part of this team. Is running into trouble. Nhlanhla Mthandi, a bit of holding. She apologizes immediately to her team, breaking up play. Ratari will get that ball and maybe leave it to Serati. I've had to practice some of my Setswana, and I have a good teacher around me in Miss K. She says, it is not Modisenyane, it's Modisenyane. So that's now 10 out of 10 for that.
Of course, of course.
Mamanani Mbane. So now, Kupa Tshwarelo, ke ishapa ka sekgowa. Mamanani Mbane, over the top, looking to get behind that defense. The one thing that has been transferred from Gaborone United to the senior national team is the fact that defensively on their day, they can be absolutely difficult to break down. And yes, they may have a slow start. Here's a Ditebe who could go route one. She has not that much in support, but here is Radio Kanyo. Remember that she too can pack a shot. She comes from pretty deep. The woodwork was rattling in the previous match. She stayed down, sneaking through to see what is the impact of that particular foul. Here's Knox carrying the ball through, eventually looking for the return ball. As Miss Refila, here's Knox.
One thing that is very interesting, Glo, is how Mochawe actually gets out of her central defensive position, going out to help the wingbacks, most of the time battling it out with her former teammate at Township Rollers in Refilo Thalagel. I hope they are doing that with caution. Gaborone United, they're not going to want a situation where she is out of her area and Sundowns capitalizes on that.
You know, you're talking of a club, Township Rollers, one of the older clubs in Botswana. And also, you used to have a team called the Meat Company.
BMC.
BMC. That's how far back we go. Township Rollers.
Just quite a number of players in here.
Snapshot into the handbag. Yep.
Mochawe, Refilo Tholakele, Sedilami Boseja, Nancy Baelezi in this Gaborone United team. It's a team with a lot of history, Township Rollers. And you know, when you talk women football, most of the players, they started
there. They like green buffaloes.
Yes.
Yes, Lamin. Good take there by Miss Liluna Daweti on the edge of the box. Lamin delivers, looking for Ludwig. Knox takes it down the chest. Knox looking to thread through. Knox! Brilliant! Good take off the chest. Wasn't able to get it in to the back of the net, but that's the dangerous Knox. When she's on song, we talk of all these dynamites that we've seen in this tournament. They do come in small packages.
None of the Gaborone United players was actually seeing what Knox was doing. She was just unfortunate not to find the back of the net. But, you know, the Gaborone United, they have to guard against her. And I hope they're not going to take numbers to go guard Knox and leave a space for players like Refilo Thalakele, like Duweti, you know, when they try to defend.
Here's Diteb. Diteb. Good ball. Looking for Radio Kanye. Good turn. But possession turned over. Looking for Ditebe. The last touch coming off for Doba Doba. The last touch coming off Doba Doba. Here's the pit bull. You run into her with your eyes closed. You are bound to get a bite. That is the earlier effort off the chest, off the thigh, and eventually picking a spot. That's sweet, delightful.
Exactly what these supporters are here for, exactly what they expected, and so far this game is giving us what we expected. We expected a very tough game between the two sides. 17 minutes gone, you know, one can say still 50-50.
It's definitely the business end. You're not going to get that many goals. Tolagele, deflection goes into the hands of Miss Peresi. See a lot of space on the field. At times it becomes pedestrian. The earlier matches were almost so frantic. Everyone wanted the game done and dusted. Dangerously in that defense. Sundowns will be punished tonight if they don't rectify those little mistakes that they are making. Too casual for my liking. Kutsopila. The Bambanani Mbane. Liluna Daweti, nice take off the chest. The tension is very thick in the van. Here's Masarifilwe Tolagele. A rush of blood to the head. Wanted to get it on the volley, nothing wrong with that, just needed to get it on target. A reminder, but it looked like she was going to take that net out as well.
Gaborone United, they need to be careful going forward. Of course, piling that pressure on Mamelodi Sundowns, they're doing well. But Refilo Talagele here, Mochawa well beaten. She wanted to look it over Matlamelo Perez, but unfortunately, it didn't go according to plan.
You can plan for one thing, but the game gives you the game is the real teacher. Sundowns, patient. They will be knocking and knocking and knocking until they break down the wall. Miss Ludwig. Ratari. There's a mistake being made. There's Karabo. He's delivered some good balls from that side. Brilliant effort. Mamelodi Sundowns with the Refilwe Tolagele leaping highest and making a good connection to give Sundowns the lead. She goes to celebrate with her fans. So Sundowns 1, Gaborone United 0.
You look at where that ball was coming from. Gaborone United in the defense, they lost the ball. Dlamini was the quickest player to get to that ball, eventually putting in a cross. Refilo Talagele with a header. The marking of Gaborone United defense is something that we spoke about. Beautiful cross from Dlamini there. Refilo Talagele all alone. Thank you very much. You look at Desrike Nyadizwe. Where are you? Why are you not marking Refilo Talagele? And of course, the central defense of Kesogofetse Mochawe as well as Motlogelwa very far apart, and it was an easy one for 7.
We needed this goal to spark the noise. I've been across noisier graveyards. We had needed to get a bit of a shake-up, and it came in a good time. But one thing I need to do right here is to also look at the goalkeeper's positioning. She was attacked at the pole, which should have been, and very importantly for a goalkeeper, closed out. But you gotta give credit to Refilwe Tolagele. Mamelodi Sundowns, the intelligence of Dlamini to take that ball farthest away. Here's another effort. It is Isabel Ludwig, Mdase. Isabel Ludwig inside the box, step over. Whichever way that it comes. Now it is Ramalepe who says, let me show you how else to do it. Here's Matlamin. Karabo looking on the box is Luluna. Dawe to Karabo inside the box. Keeper full stretch. Keeper collects. Keeper looking rather worried.
Gaborone United ball watching, enjoying what Mamelodi Sundowns is doing, and they have to work on the mental strength. Gaborone United, you don't just watch a team like Mamelodi Sundowns do as they please. Where is Nancy Bailet, who is your defensive midfielder, together with Oratile Ratari? Mamelodi Sundowns, they're having a feast in that midfield.
Talking about the feast, it all depends what season it is, but they've taken. Radio Kanye is upset. She's very upset. And she's making it very, very clear why she's upset. Well, Mr. Khalid from Burundi is looking at the replays there and wondering if there was any concerns of that he could highlight to his players, especially in the break. You would want to close down the width. You'd want to close down the width. Mamelodi Sundowns is a 4-3-3. Daweti, Tesane. You've got Karabo Dlamini, the roving footback that is pushing up, and Ramalepe as well. Refilwe Tolage. Township Rollers will be super proud with having to contribute immensely to this player When she signed for Mamelodi Sundowns, she signed as a former Township Roller player.
Yes, they call her 7. We call her 7. She was wearing jersey 7, doing wonders in the field of play.
Okay.
And the nickname was...
Now you've just made things easier for me. Wearing number 7.
Yes.
And when you look at Mamelodi Sundowns' celebrations, they've got number 7. 7 up.
Yes.
Oh, so she went to the right place again.
Well,
but didn't get the right number.
Didn't get the right number.
Okay.
Yeah, the place, good one.
Okay. So here's Bambanani Mbane. Family, Miss K is pinching me. Miss K is pinching me. All because of that goal. Tell them, Miss K.
I don't know how I'm supposed to feel that the local girl is doing good, but scoring against the local team. How do I feel in that instance?
Ball in. Let's see what does Perez do. Mistake made. It is the home girl yet again. Being pushed and shoved. But it is Dlamini who's available to help her out. Here's Karabo. Delivers the ball. And the keeper this time. The keeper this time. Quick to go down. I know there's trouble there. On this left-hand side, there's trouble. There's got to be a double up. Maybe you got to get Mochawe or Mutluchelwa and Mudisenyane closer to each other to double up on the balls that's coming from the wing. But then you are exposing your defense. Maybe you'll have to get Bayeleti dropping down or Atari dropping down when that happens. But there's certainly a problem in dealing with the width.
There's a lot of problem, but also you look at players like Jessica Maponga, Gitumezi Ditebe to also come in and help in defense.
Almost an own goal. It is Muchawe. Saw the keeper coming and under pressure. The communication is breaking down. The telephone lines are crackling. There is no network. There is no network.
They have a lot of work to do, Gaborone United, and Mamelodi Sundowns. These are the mistakes that they want to see Gaborone United committing. They're going to pile a lot of pressure. But you look at the experience, the defenders in Mbani, you look at the experience, the players like Pila, they'll be guarding at the back as the midfield and the forwards are looking for that second goal.
Karabo Dlamini delivers the ball, header, and that goes out from Kutsopila. One thing about Sundowns players, whether you make a mistake or not, there's always a high five to pick you up if you're going down. There's a high five to celebrate with you. That shows some great teamwork and understanding that this game is about mistakes, and it is mistakes that lead to profitable situations. Here's Muchawe. Isabel.
But you gotta also appreciate the way they vary their play, Mamelodi Sundowns. One moment they go with, the other moment they just go through and then Sibaelezi, through Oratila Ratawe. They just penetrate Gaborone United through that midfield. And it's one of those things that I believe Gaborone United defenders are always caught thinking, what can we do in situations like this? Not prepared for the variation that Mamelodi Sundowns is giving them.
If ever there's a player that I haven't seen much about, it is Nonhlanhla Mthandi, number 21. Karabo. She gives away the ball, is Karabo. Ontlametsi gives chase to Bambanani Mbane. That is experience aplenty. There's Kutsopila, slowly benefiting from that experience. Isabel Ludwig. Ditebe. Nonhlanhla Mthandi. It's a long ball looking for Miss Ludwig. Header. Soaking up the pressure and eventually just sending that ball through. Here's the mistake of Tolagele looking to get by. In between the two defenders. But it is Gaborone United who come away with it. Pressure from Nonhlanhla Mthandi. Eventually the ball goes out. Free kick. Coach Khalid, a worried man, but he's got to be patient, believe in the plan. Off the chest, Kutsopi. Bane. Lenzi by Lenzi. Mudisenyan. Well, apologizing very, very quickly to Mudisenyan. Chowie. Nice ball. Sweet ball. Goes all the way to goalkeeper Andile Tlamin. Bane. 1-0 the scoreline. 30 minutes on the clock. Kolosa Biyana plays it with the goalkeeper. Pressing high. Isako. Isabel. Good turn. Good protection of the ball. And asking for it. Keeper's way off the line. Looking to assist Sirati. And she just heard the footsteps of Liluna Daweti, and she just went for safety first. There was nothing wrong with that.
What was on her mind there, Tlamelo Perez? She looked at the numbers. Gaborone United had gone forward, and only 2 players were remaining against the 3 players of Mamelodi Sundowns, and she thought, you know what, let me go out and get the ball.
But that's the right way to basically force some sort of mistake. But goalkeeper there, quick to read the game. It's a free kick. Referee says just push that ball back. Ines Gumbo. Sundowns, an opportunity that they are the team that has taken the lead. Very cautious approach though. They are the team that has scored the most goals in the tournament, scoring 15, conceding just 1. And that one needed VAR, where we didn't have, but today we summoned VAR to the tournament. We summoned VAR because we really needed to make sure that this tournament in Botswana goes on without a glitch.
And we already had 1 VAR incident.
Yes,
we did this afternoon with Jusco Ndola Girls as well as Silver
and it was
Strikers.
disallowed, rightfully so.
Yes.
My director said, no ways, we can't cheat the ladies. There's got to be VAR. And whatever she said happened. VAR is here today.
For the first time in BW.
First time in BW for sure. Good take from behind. The referee doesn't like it and gives a free kick. Knox. Well, Botswana can be super proud for this showing of a fantastic tournament all around. You look at the people that have come to witness this occasion. We really got to give a big up. You go and you look at the product that is on delivery and on show. And more importantly, the organization, the organizing committee, COSAFA, who's been absolutely awesome. And the people, the volunteers who have made this tournament possible, they have really just outdone themselves. Ramalepe. Kutsopila. Bambanani. Bambanani. She decides she'll go forward. Maponga. She had a wonderful game, is Jessica Maponga.
You got to feel for Ontlametse Diwi, Gaborone United lone striker. She hasn't had the ball at all, and you look at players like Ben 10. You talk about Jessica Maponga, Lesego Radiakanyo. Try to hold those balls, try to pass to Ontlametse Diwi. They should avoid the high balls, Gaborone United, because with the experience of Mbane at the back, Andile Dlamini as the goalkeeper, it's always going to be difficult for Gaborone United to, make something out of those high balls.
Well, most definitely when you're playing the high balls, you're playing in the hands of the opposition. It's Karabo looking for the return pass. Liluna Daweti showing good strength and eventually just wilting away. There's Jessica Maponga. Ball in the air. Jessica takes it off the thigh. Radio Kanya, good take. Well, she's been hurried. Nancy Bayeleti. Here's Isabel Ludwig. Here's Ramalepe roving forward. She has options. Nancy Bayeleti. Desiree Kenyadichwe. It's Liluna Dawati. And that went into the stands. As a coach, sharing a few words of encouragement and wisdom there to Liluna Daweti. He doesn't want you to waste the ball. He wants you to knock it about, get the confidence, and maybe let the ball do the talking instead of going route one. But that is the frustration when you're on the field.
And she had so many options. Refilwe Thalakelo was making the run, and Knox was also making the run. Other players were open, and it doesn't, surprise to see her quickly apologizing to say, I should have done better.
Absolutely. Coach asking for intensity. Looking for the return ball. Nonhlanhla Mthandi. Karabo. KD.
Almost answered. I thought you were calling me, but you were calling Garabo.
I know. No, you partner. Here's a Kutsopila. There's Knox. Drops the shoulder. Eliminates two players. Here's Isabel Ludwig. Isabel can go to the wings. Here's Tolagele. Tolagele takes a snapshot. She knows she's done something wrong, is Tolagele. Both hands are up in the air. That's to the bench. Coach doesn't want those high balls, T. She had an option. Maybe hit it hard and low rather. And to pick it up. Nonhlanhla Mthandi. Picked up by Karabo. Left-footed player, sweet. So, Isabel, no nonsense defending there as Lorato Mutlogelwa just turns and hacks it away. Bright future in that defender. Lorato Mutlogelwa. 37 minutes gone, 1-0. Breathing heavily. Breathing through the wounds. Oxygen masks have dropped down. It's a corner for Sundowns. Whipped inside the box, header. And that is it, another corner. This time, Kutsopila gets ahead to it. Doesn't trouble the goalkeeper.
Doesn't trouble the goalkeeper, but the Gaborone United defense, they need to be concerned with the number of touches Mamelodi Sundowns players are having, more especially when they have free kicks, when they have corner kicks. And height-wise, one can say, you can't say Mamelodi Sundowns is having taller players than Gaborone United. It's an issue of Gaborone United, rightly marking the Mamelodi Sundowns players.
Here's a mistake. Machawe is in the box. She's under pressure. Look at that closing down of Jessica Maponga. As Nonhlanhla Mthandi looking for a good turn, but does find Dlamini Karabo. And as Nonhlanhla Mthandi did well to stay on her feet. Ratari turning into a 360. Here's Nonhlanhla Mthandi. Referee just bringing back play for Ratari. Says Machawe. She's being forced back as Machawe. Isabel showed too much of the ball, and that has been picked up by... I haven't seen Ditebe much. Where is Ditebe? Jessica Maponga. She's dispossessed. Nonhlanhla Mthandi gets her foot in there. Two players to contend with.
We are not seeing a lot of Ditebe, Glo. The main reason being that Mamelodi Sundowns is not giving them the space to possess. They're not giving them the space to hold into the ball. But also Lesoha Radiakanyo, who is supposed to be the one holding the balls, feeding Ditebe, feeding Maponga. She's not doing that. The defensive midfield of Ratari and Bailetsi also, they are not holding the ball.
Well, Knox coming into the middle, creating problems there. Will try and keep that ball in play, but she takes a quick throw in, and play continues. When she doesn't see the action, she comes, she collects the ball, and you've got to get busy and not be isolated. Coach's indication is just put the ball on the ground. Let's play it. He's a strong believer of possession, is Coach Sapula. Picked up by Isabella. Looking for Lolona Daweti. Is Nonhlanhla Mthandi! And she's asking the goalkeeper, are you awake? 5 minutes to go. Maponga. Machawe. Ontlamet. Good Tapila. Let's not waste time on that one. Isabel keeps it in play. Radiokai trying to step over and in front of the referee. Desiree. Machawe. Both teams are looking for a place in the final against Zesco. Looking for a place in the final. A lot of possession, or a lot of the play in the midfield. Knox. Experience. Full stretch on Nonhlanhla Mthandi. Half silent is the stadium. Group B winners are leading this match is Jessica Modise. A push by Maponga, showing a bit of strength.
For Gaborone United, it will be the first 45 minutes that Coach Khalid has to, have a sit with the players, have a talk with them, involve involve Jessica Maponga in your play, involve Ontametse Raonyadiwi. As for the defense, they have to guard against the smaller mistakes they are making. Looking at how Mamelodi Sundowns forward the midfield are doing, they have to toughen up their midfield. Gaborone United, Mamelodi Sundowns are getting the ball, whether it's first ball, second ball. Once Gaborone United loses the ball, Mamelodi Sundowns, you have your Knox in there collecting those balls.
It's a cold night here at the capital. Nonhlanhla Mthandi turning into trouble. Radio Kanye being bundled off by Nonhlanhla Mthandi, giving away the free kick needlessly. It's just not happening for Mthandi. Radio Kanye helped up by the referee, showing his strength. Bit of a push there. So there's the free kick in Muchawe territory, not Ditebe, but I've seen Muchawe score a goal from that distance, directly to goal. This will be asking questions of Andile Dlamini. If she's done her homework, she knows that Muchawe packs a good punch. That's what we're talking about. But, she gets that over the bar, though. There was nothing wrong with distance.
She's good with those long-range shots, but that one was just, taken, kicked for the sake of kicking from her.
Well, we've got a minute to go, or a few seconds to go to 45. We've got just 2 minutes referee's additional time to this half. Referee allowing the game really to flow. There's Knox. Knox picks out Nochawe. There's the putbull. Ramalepe. Bambanan looking for Knox. Pinpoint cross. Picking out Knox. On the edge. Letting her through. Nonhlanhla! Mamelodi Sundowns 2. Mamelodi Sundowns 2. Gaborone United 0. That is the story from the Gaborone United Stadium. It was a good connection made. And delight. That takes the pressure off Mamelodi Sundowns. And I can assure you that they go into the break with a little bit more confidence. Gaborone United have their hearts broken. Nonhlanhla Mthandi. And if you look at Sirati Mudisenyane, she peeled away too quick and let Nonhlanhla Mthandi to pick a spot.
She had no idea where the ball was, Mudisanyane, but you gotta give credit to Refilwe Tholakele. She jumped over that ball. The good communication, knowing each other as Mamelodi Sundowns players. She skipped that ball past through her, Refilwe Tholakele, leaving it from Thandi to finish the job. But for Gaborone United, once again, your center backs, when they are far apart from each other, these are the instances that happens, and you unfortunately concede, goals like that.
Family, I got a high five from Miss K. I got a high five. It's not all that bad. And we said we also have a bet here. So before getting bundled down the steps, she gave me a high five.
Yeah, well, it was beautiful. The build-up
but
also
it was an absolute beauty.
The build-up also was beautiful. It started with a cross from Bambanani to Knox. I mean, there's nothing that you can take away from
Sundowns. And this after the coach had said, let's not rush things. Let's put the ball on the ground. Let us knock it about. And with Sundowns, you expect goals to come from the usual culprits. Yeah. Today they're coming from different players.
And Gaborone United is so bad for you to concede with just 2 minutes added on. That's when you need to switch on. You need to concentrate. And as the coach, you indicate to your players, switch on. The goalkeeper, the whole team, that's what they failed to do. And Mamelodi Sundowns experienced side like this, they punished them.
Well, being punished indeed. 2 good goals that have come through from Mamelodi Sundowns. In moments of critical phases, they went to sleep is Gaborone United, and they have a mountain to climb. They have a strong talking to. They have turned the script right now. Whatever Coach Khalid Niyonzime was to share, That was unfortunate. Well, we see the dignitaries, we see the officials who have come out here to make sure that they support their respective teams. But those people out there are shell-shocked. They knew it was going to be close. They knew that it was going to be tight, but not really expecting that 2-0 will be. Let me just share the highlights for you of the first 45 minutes. It was a pretty slow start, but Mamelodi Sundowns' intentions was pretty clear. Ditabe trying to get that free kick over the wall, doing its job, and eventually the break attack that led to some nervousness in that defense of Gaborone United. They were not done yet with Jessica Maponga delivering a delightful ball that was to trouble Andile Dlamini, and Dlamini just made it look simple. It became the Knox show, trying to take the players on, showing the sweet moves, taking it off the chest, eventually waltzing away like waltzing Matilda, that ball just moving rather slightly to the left. Karabo Dlamini, a whipping, a great header coming in from the home girl, Refilwe Tolagele, to break the hearts of the thousands of fans that we have in the stadium. And what a beauty. Keeper Tlamelo Peresi was flat on the back and could only admire that ball as it found the back of the net. They were not done yet, and Karabo Dlamini tried yet again. Liluna Daweti denied on a couple of occasions. But that was the highlights of the first half. Ms. Dlamini asking questions of Peresi, and Isabel Ludwig delivering a delightful ball. Picked up that moment, took a strike, but this time goalkeeper was alert. Nonhlanhla Mthandi kept asking the questions. See me now, see me no more. But she didn't make it count when it mattered most. 4 shots on target for Mamelodi Sundowns with 2 goals to the good. A good return, 50% ratio on the side of Gaborone United. 1 shot wide, 1 shot on target. So it's been a Sundowns affair in the first 45. Let's go down to our touchline with Dipsy Silolwane to give us his brilliant insight into what is happening in this match. He's alongside Nosbusiso Sibia. So let's go down to the two.
Thank you to our commentary team. I am joined by former Botswana international and now COSAFA ambassador Dipsy Silolwane. Dipsy, it is Mamelodi Sundowns that are leading as we go to the halftime break. What do you make of that performance?
Yeah, well deserved. I mean, I think they won the coin toss, and the first thing they did is to play the ball deep into the GU territory. That means they're allowing them to try and build up and press. They've dominated the game pretty well. They're rotating the ball nicely from left to right, trying to find the gaps in between. They've done well with that. So I think it's a good start for Sundowns.
A good start for Sundowns indeed. There was obviously that free kick for GU, but it didn't go well. What do you think is happening with Gaborone United today?
I think maybe it's the stage and the pressure. If you look at that they're meeting officially for the first time, it tells you that there's a little bit of respect towards Sundowns when they should be using this as an opportunity or inspiration to step up and say, we can compete at your level and we want to play as good as you do.
They have proven, Gaborone United, that they can compete obviously at that level as defending champions. Do you think it is the nerves that's getting to them?
I think so. I think it's the nerves and trying to not concede too early. Hopefully they can make some changes, maybe in personnel, maybe also in the shape. Because when they do have the ball, it's not like they necessarily have support up front. Even if they go wide, they're still too far to get closer to the goal to actually have an impact.
Do you think the coach of Mamelodi Sundowns should make any change in his team coming into this half? How does he make sure that they hold on to that lead?
With a 2-0 lead, and you know in football they always say 2-0 is a dangerous scoreline, because if the team scores you might panic and they can score again, and then the wheels fall off and they can score the winner. But he seems to be in control with the team. They're very mature, they're very comfortable on the ball, they can keep it and try and run off the legs of the GU players. You can't press all the time, you have to pick your moments. and Sundowns have done that pretty well. But you have to give credit to the GU team. They have done well in terms of trying to deny them spaces. Yes, there are a few chances there and there. They made 2 errors at the back that cost them the 2 goals. But beyond that, they have defended quite decently. I think the problem now is the creativity when they get the ball into the midfield and how they enter their offensive third. I see they're trying to play a lot of the balls onto the right channel, but Sundowns is dropping into those spaces, and you'll find 3 players running into the same space. Maybe there should be a variation to that. If the channel is closed, then try and use the midfield to go to the opposite side, because Sundowns will shift to close the space. And in football, you can't close all the spaces. So it's up to you to find the open spaces. I think if they try the opposite side when Sundowns is shifting, they might find some joy there.
And obviously, looking at GU again, Sundowns are leading with 2 goals. But remember, in the first 3 games, that they usually used to score early. What do you think GU is doing right in that defense?
I think it's about denying Sundowns the spaces and the chances to be free and to shoot from very far accurately. I mean, they've shown and proven that they can shoot from far, so the girls are blocking quite nicely. It's just unfortunate they're not able to use the ball well to get out of that pressure. Even if it's a goal kick, you'll find the 3 Sundowns attackers really close, saying, started at the back, we're going to mark you. So it's interesting to see how GU can adjust to that. Are they going to play back to front, or are they going to try and play through the middle and then go wide instead of from the back going wide immediately, because Sundowns has people there waiting? Maybe they should play another way, try and get the ball into the midfield. Sometimes you have to carry the ball instead of play the ball, so they have to find that balance. It's a feel for the game, so GU have to step up with that, and I hope the coach will work on that. Sundowns have done really well. Hopefully they can maintain and maybe save some of their players for the final. Coach always has to think about that. It's been a tough tournament. 1 day rest in between is not enough. So I think Coach Sapula has to think about, who do I save for the next match, for the final, because with Zesco winning and them showing that they're a team to really challenge, they have to bring everybody fresh.
Thank you so much. That was the former Botswana international as well as COSAFA ambassador Dipsy Sulilwane, saying that he hopes that coming into the second half, Gaborone United will be able to stop Mamelodi Sundowns in those spaces. Obviously, now do join us back for the second half to see who will join Zesco United in this final.
Well, thank you very much and welcome back. If you are just joining us, the scoreline is 2-0 in favor of Mamelodi Sundowns. Two brilliant goals. The first one scored by the home goal, Refilwe Tolagale. The second goal scored by Nonhlanhla Mtandi. The backs are against the wall for the home side. That is Gaborone United. Looking around the stadium, a decent crowd tonight for the semi-final. Gaborone United, the stadium is not empty at all. They've come. It's been a full moon night. It's a business end of a tournament that started on the 20th of August, and the final will be on the 29th of August. They know what this means. The conversations, the debates, they are heated. One side, GU must attack, the other side, they must defend. Don't concede a third. Enough is enough. Everyone is a coach tonight. We get started with Gaborone United. They are in the white and red.
Gaborone United looking to also score 2 goals, and you look at the bench, whether Coach Khalid Nyonzima is going to make changes or no. We have seen in the past games bringing players like Jessica Mudiza, but as for Mamelodi Sundowns, it will be an issue of we have been scoring goals. Let's continue.
Well, Gaborone United will want to answer and respond very quickly. Here is Ratari. Ball being played on the ground. Lilona Daweti will help it on its way forward. Daweti stops the attack from Gaborone United. There's been some saying, bring on a striker, take off the midfield. Heated because they care. Heated because they feel the pain. Every decision is debated, but on the park there's been frantic exchanges. No passes from the Sundowns. Mr. Nicholas Zakem, the owner of Gaborone United, was in your picture just now, but we'll try and show you one more time. Nicholas Zakem, the man responsible for looking after sports in Gaborone. He's also got a softball. That's him, Mr. Nicholas Zekam, supported by a team that is striving to change the situation of the sports in Gaborone. Mr. Nicholas Zekam. We've seen a number of turnovers. One thing we've also seen is tired legs. They've got to go down, and if they are going down, they must go down with the fight. That is Gaborone United. Ludwig. Ball picked up by Refilwe Tolagale. Goalkeeper's way off the line. And she was looking to pass that through to Knox. Eventually gets in the corner. It's Tolagale. She looks definitely in the mood. Ball delivered in the box, header. This is when you miss a Rabale, who's got a good left foot and can swing that ball in. So does Ditebe, do the same thing pretty well.
Ludwig, Ludwig there. A free header once again. It's the same thing for Gaborone United in the defense that we spoke about. Let the Mamelodi Sundowns feel your presence. You know, make your area a non-go area, but they are having it easy, Mamelodi Sundowns.
Nancy Bayeletsi. Picked up by Kolosabian. Knox. Refilwe Tolagel. Jessica Maponga. Jessica Maponga. She's going to have to battle it out with Ramalepe. Ditebe looking to force the error. Still no changes on either side, but I think it's maybe an opportunity for Coach Khalid Nyonzima to throw in the dice. He's got to fight from behind, pull one back, and players to come on or to look out for. Hangara can come in and slot in that attack. But if Ditebe comes off, it will be quite a disappointing tournament. Ratari. Kutso Pila making that mistake in the box. She's been put under pressure, and I think Gaborone using the pace of Sundowns' slow defense in that moment. Kutso's first touch letting her down and eventually recovering very quickly. Far out in the cold is Tlamelo. Gaborone United is ready. So Desiree Kenyadiswe is the player that will give way, and her position will be filled by Hangara. And Hangara, the board was up. So the change, there's confusion at the touchline.
There's a lot of confusion. It looks like the player went to the fourth official to say number 4 out, while the technical team wasn't subbing just Rikinyadiswe. I'm seeing Ben 10 there going out. Looks like, yeah, Ben 10 is the one who is being substituted.
Well, this is what I did highlight. This is a tournament that Ditebe has come out with not scoring a single goal.
A very disappointing tournament for her, Ditebe. She didn't really lead up the tournament like we expected, but I think it was an issue of Gaborone United as a team. You look at how they started the tournament. They struggled against the Lesotho Defence Force. Eventually they won that game, beat Herentals 1-0. They were beaten by Zeskondora Girls 2-0. It wasn't the Gaborone United that we have seen in the past 2 tournaments of these qualifiers.
So Hangara and so Hangara's come in, and Bonang. Those are the 2 players that have come in. Camelo Peresi. There's a bit of confusion there on the technical bench. As Andy Letlamini will get a hold of the ball, and we're looking to draw in. That is Gaborone United. Picking up the second ball is Ntlantlantandi. Out on the left-hand side. Tolagel. Tandi got the return ball. And the last touch coming off a Sundowns player. So it is a throw-in. Colossa. Isabel. Ramalepe. Knox coming through to help in that defense. She's under pressure, eventually loses the ball. Ratari could pick up. Radio Kanya can relieve Jessica Maponga, but look at that cover defense.
Too much passing by Gaborone United. Radia Kanya there took her time. Should have just taken a shot, but the experience of Mamelodi Sundowns, when we are being attacked, we drop to help our defense.
Here's Radio Kanya. Refilwe Tolagele. Refilwe Tolagele. There's Knox. Overcooked. Turnover ball. That was the tackle from behind. Nancy by Desiree Kenyadichwe. Then again, look at that cover. Looking on with bated breath and wondering, they've put in their bets. Ramalepe, Knox on the ball. Isabel. Looking for that return, 1-2. Isabel keeping possession. Bit of a hospital by Letzi, went in strong, and Sundowns get the turnover ball. Isabel. Colossa. Bambanani going forward. Colossa stayed up front. Here is Karabo looking for the return ball from Liluna Daweti. Nonhlanhla Mthandi. Knox, Ramalepe continue to run, delivery. That's a corner.
Gaborone United, they are watching a lot of Mamelodi Sundowns who are making a sub-glow. They are intensifying Mamelodi Sundowns going forward, looking for the third goal.
Well, Tabiseng Magia turned the game on its head. She's really been a player who gets into the right position but has failed to convert a number of chances. And this could be her day. Liluna Daweti is the player giving way for Mamelodi Sundowns. And it is Magia who will come in with the hope that she can break the duck. Magia. Ball in the air. Away by Ontlametsi. Isabel Ludwig getting a foot in this time. It's a corner. Well, it has become a bit nippy tonight. And people have stayed put and in their seats. The popcorns are flashing with all the soft drinks. Our OB van is still in check and silent. We are checking in and seeing if they're okay. Seems like it is all systems go, KK.
I don't know whether it's because of the score line. That's why the OB van is quiet.
Possibly. They need something to celebrate. Come on, Gio. Yes, Knox in the area. On the edge of the box is Nonhlanhla Mthandi. Maponga. Jessica goes down. She was stopped in her tracks. And ball delivered. Header from Isabel. And eventually defending from the front, Tolagele gets a foot in and a throw in. Miss Maponga. This match reaching the 1 hour mark, and it's a throw in. Mistake made yet again, and a throw in. Sundowns will benefit from that in a very advanced position. Goalkeeper looking very worried. It is Sir Tlamelo Peresi. Ramalep.
Gaborone United made substitutions with Hangar and Bonang coming in, and so far one hasn't really seen what the subs brought for this GU side.
Yes, that's the goal that was needed, and eventually she breaks the deadlock. That is Tabisang Magia. Oh, it goes in the side netting. Well, I do apologize for that one. But when you look at it pretty close, Bambanani Mbane delivers a delightful ball. Karabo Dlamini inside the box. Magia gets it in, and it misses narrowly. Well, she's come close on a couple of occasions in the previous matches. And just lady luck that has deserted her.
Credit to Bambanani Mbani. That was a delightful pass from her. It is almost the similar one which resulted in the Mamelodi Sundowns goal, second goal rather, where she passed the ball. And Gaborone United, she always has the entire space. She has the time around her. Bambanani Mbana left all alone, doing what she wanna do.
Zesco is watching this one very, very closely. Their job was done and business-like. Here's another opportunity. This time Magia is beaten to the ball by Ms. Tlamelo Peresi. Wasted ball all the way out for a throw-in. Nhlanhla Mthandi, who is the goal scorer, and Refilwe Talagele. Yes, Talagele. Cutting through, cutting in, looking for player on the left, but it's Karabo. Away by Machawe. She gives away the corner. Headers down. Disappointment written all over her face. It is Gesechofense Muchawe.
It's not working out for them, Gaborone United. Probably the way they would have want things to be. On Tlamezahawanyadi, always alone. Nothing has literally changed from the first half. I thought the coach would come up with a different approach as compared to how they did in the first 45.
All in, away by Ratari, helped on by Jessica. Sundowns going into the box is Tabiseng Magia. On the edge of the box looking to find Kutsopila, but it is Gaborone United if spotting Radio Canyo. They had a break, they had an opportunity to break, but not too quick in their transitions.
Not too quick, they hold too much into the ball. One thing that they need to, take it out. They need to be quick in releasing the balls, more especially to Ntlamezahawanyadibi.
Lebogang Ramalepe. Well, the ball goes to Peresi. Gaborone United looking for the return from Jessica Maponga. Here's a Kutsopila. Barney. Picked up by Desiree. Here's Isabel. Here's Isabel. looks for Knox and gave chase though.
She delayed there, Isabel, to pass the ball to Knox. She passed it under pressure of Gaborone United players, and eventually it went out. And Gaborone United, they are about to make another sub with Jessica Mudise coming in and taking out Jessica Maponga. They can do all the substitutions, Gaborone United, but if they are going to change, if they're not going to change the way they play, if they're not going to change their system, their structure, it is going to be, you know, a night of what are these players doing.
There's Maponga coming out and Modise coming on. So she's going to have to do better than Maponga, who's a bit of a live wire. Jessica a little bit slower, but has more technique. Looking for a goal. Here is Magia on the edge of the box, small, looking to waltz away and eventually turns furthest. And the ball just ricocheting off the hand. Free kick to Mamelodi Sundowns. It is Rayo Kanya that keeps remonstrating and asking questions of the referee instead of the goalkeeper.
She needs to leave the referee alone and just, you know what, concentrate on the game and try to bring that spark in the Gaborone United side.
Strike from Colossa Biana. And look at those fans, they are anxious. Look at those fans, they really want it for Gaborone United. Knox and Karabo plotting the next move. Well, remember, Karabo whipped them from almost 30 yards. Ball in, and the keeper taking a bit of a deflection before reaching the goalkeeper. But that was charged very quickly by Gaborone United, which didn't allow Karabo much time on the ball. Nancy. Tabi Singh Magia continued to fight for that ball and eventually getting the shot away. Peresi finds Mutawe, mistake made. That goal! Beauty! Sundowns make it 3-0. It is Rifilwa Tolagale. A mistake made. And that was game, set and match. There's no coming back. The high press. Sundowns. It's Bonang rather, who was dispossessed. And Sundowns leading by 3-0.
But Gaborone United, these quick releases that they have been making. At first, Magia, the ball went to Tlamelo Perez, but Bonang here came in as a sub. A little mistake. A player like Rifilwa Tolagale with Tlamelo Perez advancing, it was an easy one for her. They needed to stop the short passes they are doing at the back, Gaborone United.
Her knee is locked. Her knee is locked. As she was about to take that ball, here's another one. Here's Miss Nonhlanhla Mthandi. Ball has gone out to Karabo. She delivers the ball inside the box. Keeper comes in.
Lesogara Diakanyo was wide open, raising her hands to Tlamelo Peresi to say, pass the ball to me. And look at what Tlamelo did. You know, look at what Tlamelo did. Threw it out and throw into Mamelodi Sundowns.
When it ain't going right, it ain't going right. For the defending champions, we can comfortably say that this is where the road ends. Tabiseng Magia. And a free kick to Gaborone United. A free kick to Gaborone for a push. Tabiseng Mejia. Well, we said that there's some coaches in the stand. They are wondering what has happened to their team. What has happened is that Mamelodi Sundowns have created opportunities and made use of them and taken them. There's Magia. Knox is expecting the ball and almost getting to the end of that, and it goes out wide. Gets up and gets on with the business as Knox. Mistake also happening.
Every goal kick from Gaborone United, Mamelodi Sundowns are sure of a throw in. And Gaborone United, they kind of changed the way they play, no longer having two defensive midfielders. Nancy has gone a little bit up, and Oratile Ratar is the only one left to help and, guard the defense of Motlogelwa, Mochawe, Kinyadiswe, as well as Bona, who just came in.
Sundowns keeping possession. Frustrating GU. Knox. Another mistake made, and eventually that ball is hacked away. Bonang. Family, there's been silence in the van. Ball in! Beauty! Goes over the bar. Peresi was asked questions by Tolagele. I believe the producer saying this is another criminal that needs to be arrested tonight. That is Refilwe Tolagele. There's a place for you alongside Endless Piri, the two who have really been problematic in this tournament. And the warrant will be delivered by Ms. K.
Definitely to refuel our hand deliver the warrant. But it's not only refuel Talagala and this Mamelodi Sundowns side, Glow. You look at player like Karabo Dlamini, she have had a great night, overlapping, putting on those crosses, also varying her play. At times she put in the crosses, at times she cuts in, a trouble in this Gaborone United defense. And for Coach Khalid Nyonzima, it's an issue of I have made substitutions, yes, they are not working. He should just try also to change maybe players in terms of the positions, and you cannot play one position as a player. We spoke about Endless Spirit in the afternoon where she was able to defend, as well as Caroline defending, helping in attack.
Well, you need the players to support one another. I think with about 20 minutes to go, Gaborone United staring defeat down the barrel. Looks like they will not be advancing. But as we know, football, it's not over until it's over. Here's Magia. Santam Tandi. Isabel Paran! That was another question being asked by Refilwe. Coming in late into the box. She knows that she's been pretty close on a number of occasions. 7. Minwana Pezu. It's a night to remember. It is a night to remember for Mamelodi Sundowns, and a night to forget for Gaborone United should the scoreline remain as is.
But Lamelo Peresi, you are the goalkeeper. You are reading the game. You are supposed to be reading the game. You are supposed to be seeing every player in the pitch. But all your goal kicks are going outside, and they are not rectifying that. I was actually looking at the Gaborone United bench to see if I will see the goalkeeper coach or Lamela standing up to try and have a conversation with Lamelo Peresi.
Absolutely. So the player stayed down in the middle of the park. We get the yellow card, and that is to Knox, sorry, it's to Radio Canyo. Another yellow card. Well, she's been asking for it all evening. So that is the reason for the yellow card, holding on to Knox.
It's either the man or the ball.
Oh yeah, and in that case it was the man.
Yeah.
15 minutes to go. To go. Sundowns in the driving seat. Now this time Dlamini is, look at that pace coming in from the left-hand side, Karabo Dlamini. So free kick, Gaborone United. The referee is talking to the centre-back, Jessica. Nice take. Took it down off the chest. And a Sundowns player that has stayed down, it's Nonhlanhla Mthandi. Let's have a look. A bit of a tramp by Jessica on the feet of Nonhlanhla Mthandi. Well, there's a fresher pair of legs. Khadebe and Miss Ronelle Donnelly is on the touchline, ready to come on in for Mamelodi Sundowns. And it looks like Karabo Dlamini comes out. Asanda Hadebe comes in. And Knox comes out. And Miss Donnelly is in the park. The crowd simply love the change. Miss Donnelly has become quite a household name.
A fan's favorite.
A fan favorite is Miss Ronelle Donnelly. Asanda Hadebe. Come in and will slot into that defense. Karabo Dlamini, very businesslike, a workaholic of note. Mthandi, yes, Hadebe. Delivers the ball inside the box. Ronelle Donnelly gets a second bite at the cherry. Brilliant work by Miss Isabel Ludwig. Goal, Sundowns. Goal, Mamelodi Sundowns. It was the hard work by Asanda Hadebe, a player that has just come on. Delight and joy on the left-hand side. Deliver the ball into the box. And a bit of a fight by Miss Ronelle Donnelly. Does enough to win the ball. Isabel Ludwig was not to make that mistake. There's Miss Hadebe's ball. Delivered into the box. Good take by Ronelle. Fought hard for a keeper. Came out of position. Quickest was Miss Isabel Ludwig. And flat on the back, it looks like Nancy Bayaletti trying to help the goalkeeper, who was out of position, and quick thinking put that ball in the back of the net. Sundowns 4, Gaborone United no.
Flat-footed Gaborone United, the central defense of Mochawe, as well as Motlogelwa, far way apart, like they have been doing the entire night. And you don't do that against Mamelodi Sundowns. Hadebe, like for like with Karabo Dlamini, beautiful pass. And, you know, Mamelodi Sundowns, they are doing the business. And definitely, we can say they are in the final.
Yeah, 4 goals with what? Almost 12 minutes to go. And bringing in players that are hustling from the bench. Ronald Donnelly will get a foot in. You just want a disruptor. Looking for Ms. Tolagele. Can she get her hat-trick? Is Refilwe Tolagele. Ramalepe. In no hurry, but slips and goes down. Bayeletsi in that moment. So getting a foot in is Mr. Khalil, the Burundian. I'm actually not sure what happened there. Ramalepe tramping on the foot of Bayeletsi, and the free kick goes the one way.
I was there, she slipped.
I also look at it as a slip, but be that as it may, Miss Bayeletsi maybe could have just put her foot in there to tramp the leg that was not, or the leg that was trailing. 80 minutes to go. Radio Canyo goes down and looks at the referee in some sort of way. Tavi Singh Majia guilty on that occasion. Kutso. Hospital pass. Miss Ludwig. Desiree. Nice work. First time seeing a couple of passes being connected here by Gaborone United. We've gone through the motions. I think everyone has conceded that the day does not belong to Gaborone United. Isabel challenging for every high ball.
Coach Khalid will look at, his substitutions and say, did they work for me or not? And the answer is they did not give him what he probably would have wanted. You look at Bonang coming in, Jessica Modise coming in. Hangara, we've never, since she came in, mentioned her name in the game, Hangara. And Gaborone United, it's an issue of, things didn't work out for us. Let's go rectify and win the league, prepare for the next year's tournament.
Well, absolutely. There's Miss Nancy Bayeletsi, my favorite player. She's really struggling for the moment. Got a bit of an elbow there, or a knock to the head. She's been consistent as Miss Nancy Bayeletsi throughout this tournament. Miss Ronald Donnelly. Sundowns fans, they simply love this team. Some have traveled the 4 hours drive from Johannesburg to get to this point in support of their beloved team. The thumbs are up that it is all systems go, and good to see the player get up on her feet. Evening out. Full force of the ball on Tlametsi. Here's Miss Ludwig. Ludwig. Throw in for Sundowns. Ramalepe brings in experienced Bambanani Bane. is Tabiseng Majia. Goes direct. Overcooked that one and asking too much of Asanda Khadebe. So it is a big ask for Manewe, who is to make her way onto the park. Manewe. She will be coming on. The question is for who and what change. Is that going to make on the field of the park? There's some players that are struggling to get going. Sundowns has the luxury of making a couple of changes as well. So it is on Tlametsi, who was really shut down, policed in this match, didn't get many chances. So Manewe coming in. What does this do?
Literally, one can say it doesn't do anything, Aglo. You can bring in the players, take the players out, but systematically, if you don't change how you are playing as Gaborone United, you are literally doing nothing with these substitutions.
Well, for the coach, his hope is to refresh the team. Mamelodi Sundowns playing with a completely new side. The previous match against a very, very determined Costa del Sol. A different set of players came onto the field for Mamelodi Sundowns, did the job, winning that one quite comfortably. We're speaking of a 4-1 win. So 2 clean sheets for Ms. Andile Dlamini, or for Mamelodi Sundowns, that is. And for Gaborone United, they have 1 clean sheet but have conceded 3 goals. Conceded 3, scoring 3. Good, so Tabiseng Majia, and just when you thought you would let rip, ball just ricocheting and hasn't really had luck on his side, but good runs being made by Eletsi. A bit of a shoulder charge, she goes down. Nancy Bayeletsi. There's Melinda Khadiete, who came off the bench, scored a goal. Wendy Shongwe on the touchline. Ratari. Manele. Hoping carried on and carried forward. Good work. Eventually, it comes into the hands of Andile Dlamini.
An easy one for Andile Dlamini there. And, you know, the communication of Mamelodi Sundowns players, the defense and the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper coming out, left the ball for her.
Ball hangs in the air. Good turn by Ratari. Well, eventually, ball goes out. The coach just speaking to goalkeeper there, pushing to have the sub done. Ms. Refilwe Tolagele and Ms. Isabel Ludwig getting a standing ovation from the crowd for 2 players who have been fantastic this evening. And it is Melinda Khadiete that comes on, as well as Ms. Wendy Shongwe.
For Mamelodi Sundowns, it will also be, let's give other, you know, Refilwe Tolagele a rest and prepare for the final against the Zescondola girls.
So we are preparing ourselves for another repeat of many finals. Zambia up against South Africa. Melinda Khadiete. Asanda Khadebe has come in, settled nicely. You also then have Magia, Ronald Donnelly who came on. You have a Wendy Shongwe that has also come on. Here's Ronald Donnelly. And keeper Ronald Donnelly should have taken a strike.
Should have taken responsibility there, but she opted to be a team player and pass the ball. But unfortunately, Gaborone United had it covered. But Donnell should have just, you know what, put the game to sleep.
We have referee's optional time to contend with, 4 goals to the good. And could be anything between 3 and 5 minutes as we fast approach the 90th minute. Light work of Gaborone United. The fight was taken out of them, the steam was taken out of them pretty much in the first half by a team that is very much organized. But we are in for a telling final between Zescondola girls, who themselves today seem to not firing in all cylinders, but did enough to get over the line.
Let's hope on Saturday they will be fiery like they have been doing throughout the tournament, except for today.
Well, except for today, I think they really wanted to take their time about things, fine-tune where they could possibly fine-tune. Off the chest is Nunhlanhla. Sundowns turning on the style. It's Kolosa. Asanda Khadebe on the ball. She too will decide she'll turn and share the ball out, looking for Tabiseng Magia. Magia's Wendy Shongwe available. She goes back to Kolosa. This time Sundowns are just going to circulate the ball. Bambanani Mbane looking on. Takes a bit of a break and a breather.
Wasting time in a good way. Just possess.
The job is done. I mean, all you need to do is look after the ball.
Just possess, and you will never know. Maybe throughout your possession you are going to get a goal, but for them it's just, let's take it easy.
Tamini! And that ball goes wide. Goal kick. Good Zakula. That ball just coming off the chest. Melinda Khadiete benefiting from a long ball. There's Miss Donnelly. Carries that ball through. Whips it back in! 5 to the good. Miss Wendy Shongwe getting onto the score sheet to just come off the bench. Miss Wendy Shongwe gets her goal of the night. Chisamboma. 5-0 at the Gaborone United Stadium.
Well, a scoreline which reflects, you know, how the game was. Mamelodi Sundowns controlling the game, but you look at the good work done by Ms. Ronelli there, and you know, across the home, Wendy unmarked, she did the job. Gaborone United, look at Kisogofese Mochawa, the center back, where she is, and Wendy unmarked. Where is Bonang? Where are players like Motlogelwa in situations like this? An easy one, 5-0, and we can say good night, Gaborone United.
Well, we do say good night as Wendy Shongwe puts a final nail in the coffin, and you can see the pain goes all the way. And Melinda Khadiete will bring in a Nonhlanhla as she rides that challenge. It is a night to forget for the defending champions. Kutsopila does well. There's Ramalepe, even better. There's Nontlanhla Mthandi on the ball. So Ramalepe delivers the ball on the edge of the box. You would be expecting some yellow jersey. Jessica Modisa's come on and just dwindled and disappeared into the night. Here's Desiree, who's continued to fight for everything that she can fight for. Melinda Khadiete wins that ball back for Sundowns. Kolosa, Ms. Khadiete brings in Kutsapila. Pila brings in Bambanani Bane. And Sundowns have really been business-like this evening. Ball out to the left. Here's Asanda Hadevi. Tabiseng Majia. Wendy Shongwe stayed up front. Melinda Khadiete stayed up front. Kutsopila looking good ball rotation by Sundowns. Keeping possession, asking Gaborone United for some answers. And unable to find that. Well, to you who have joined us this evening, I want to thank you for your company and maybe want to apologize for the result. But I think you have witnessed beautiful football today, and we do wish you will attend the final, which is on Saturday at this very same venue. And as good hosts as you have been, showing with good spirit that this match was won fair and square. 5 goals is a big scoreline.
5 goals, it's a big scoreline. For Mamelodi Sundowns, it's an issue of, you know what, we missed to win this tournament last year. We want to go back to competing in CAF. And Gaborone United, you were the defending champions. Pressure of being that, pressure of being the host as well. And they still have a chance to play for the 3rd spot on Saturday against the Silver Strikers.
Well, what an evening, what a turnout. We really have to thank the people of Botswana, people of the capital, who have come and made sure that their presence is felt. The jerseys come out. They loved the football on display. As we also want to congratulate Mamelodi Sundowns for a polished performance. And here are the highlights, starting pretty much on point, sending that ball into the opposition half. And Radio Kanyo, who had an early scare but dispossessed by Karabo Dlamini, eventually Andile Dlamini, who was not tested at all this evening, had a holiday in the camp, but coming close was Knox and also Magia, the pit bull, looking to send that one through, but a number of battery bodies in front denied the opportunity to Kolosa Biana. Mistake made and punished. Refilwe Tolagele getting a name. A bit of a horrible situation where the knees locked at the wrong time, and Refilwe Tolagele continued the celebrations. Former Township Rollers player. That was another question being asked of the goalkeeper of Tolagele, and that ball just going over the bar. It was Ms. Khadebe picking up Ms. Donnelly, and quickest to respond was Isabel Ludwig, and she placed it with such calm and finesse to give Mamelodi Sundowns a marauding lead and a commanding lead. She says, phone me, call me if you want me. But Sundowns was not done yet. Here's Ronald Donnelly. Yet again, this time, team player lays the ball back, was looking for an oncoming Magia. Melinda Khadiete doing well to give her the space and the time, and keeper Peresi collects that. Again, we had Miss Donnelly, this time made no mistake to pick out Miss Wendy Shongwe, and that was the final nail in the coffin. Miss Wendy Shongwe coming off the bench to make it Sundowns 5 and Gaborone United no. The statistics tell you the story that everything was happening for Mamelodi Sundowns, and only 1 shot on target, 2 shot wides, no improvement in the second half, 5 fouls to 19, And wow, not a single corner kick. Mamelodi Sundowns with 8. Well, that is quite an impressive statistic for the one side, which is Mamelodi Sundowns. And that spells the end of the tournament for Gaborone United. Let's go down to the touchline to our woman of the match with the Nosbusiso with a couple of questions and answers.
Esteemed commentary team, I am joined here by Mr. Tebohotiko Kamati, the BFA Vice President, number 2, and Chairman of the BSA Technical Youth Development Committee, who is going to hand over the trophy to our player of the match, Refilo Tolagele. If Mr. Kamati can please hand over the trophy to our player of the match. We did see her scoring a brace here today, helping Mamelodi Sundowns obviously to reach their semi-finals. She is also a Botswana international player, and now I am going to be joined by the coach of Gaborone United, Coach Khaled Niyonzima. Coach, an unfortunate result. What did you think of this game?
I think this game we started well on the 20 minutes. Everything was fine. Only collapse. If you look all these 5 goals, just individual mistakes. And for me, it's worried. I'm worried because if you look, if we can go back to our first games, it was individual mistake, not that team outplay us to consider, but find individual mistake today. All 5 goals, first goal, second goal, we give the ball, the same goal. It's just individual mistake where there's nothing I can do as a coach. It's a decision making. Maybe the quality of the defense, I don't know. But we know what happened, and then everybody see. But in terms of play structure, we are fine. Only those mistakes. And when you make mistakes like this in semi-final, team like Sundowns will punish you. That's what we suffer today. Yeah.
Obviously, talking about suffering team and making coach and making mistakes, how do you make sure then that when you play the 3rd and 4th place game against Silver Stars, Silver Strikers, you fix those mistakes?
Actually, mistakes, you can fix, you can talk, you can do it in training, but it depends now. You hope that when you put the player on the pitch, you do better. So that's the individual decision, which we hope. Quality is quality. If somebody can make the horrible mistake, we just give you mistakes, which is painful for everybody. And then for me, we have to try to say, okay, can you redeem ourselves to say, okay, let's look positive to get the 3rd place, which is possible. I think we will redeem ourselves because this shock, it was a shock to us. For everybody, but it's football. Yeah.
Thank you so much. That was the coach of Gaborone United, Coach Khaled Niyonzima, saying that obviously this loss was a shock to them, especially as a home team as well as defending champions. Now I am joined by the coach of Mamelodi Sundowns, the ladies, Coach Zolile Sapula. Coach, a beautiful result for you. You seem to be a scoring machine in this competition. What did you think of that performance?
No, I think the players performed very, very well. I think we are really pleased with this performance. We actually have been consistent throughout. Yeah, we are really pleased, scoring a lot of goals, but still, we can improve the conversion ratio because we did create a lot of chances again here today. I think we can still work on our composure, decision making in the final 3rd, and yeah, but we are really pleased, scoring 5, we can't complain.
Obviously, you can't complain, Coach, but now going into the game against Zesco United, have you had an opportunity to do an analysis on them?
No, yeah, we're taking one game at a time. We didn't want to think about the final before we play the semi-final. It would have been a big mistake. We wanted to, give our all, our energy, our focus on this one match at a time, make sure we play strong this one, then we'll think about the next one. Yes, we're still going to do our analysis. We know it's not going to be an easy game, but yeah, I mean, we are grateful and we are humbled. And I always say to the players, our objective is not yet being reached. We gotta stay humble, put our feet on the ground and start to prepare for Zesco, try to give our best in achieving our objective.
Achieving your objective, Coach. Last year you were new at the Mamelodi Sundowns team and you exited in the semi-finals. How does it feel personally for Coach Sapula to reach the final?
No, I accept this with great humility because I had to learn a few things and we knew what went wrong. And immediately after our exit, we sat and we had a discussion with the players that we needed to start to prepare for this COSAFA then. And you know, we are humbled to say also, since then we have not lost a football match. We have not even played a draw. We won all the matches after the loss against Zesco. So it was an humbling experience for me. But again, you know, we still have to go again and play Zesco. That's why I'm saying we need to stay humble and still prepare for Zesco, because our objective is not yet reached.
Thank you so much. To keep their feet on the ground, that is the message from the coach of Mamelodi Sundowns ladies, Coach Zolile Sapula, who have reached the final today. Do join us back on Saturday, where Silver Strikers of Malawi will be taking on host Gaborone United on the 3rd and 4th place playoff, as well as Mamelodi Sundowns of South Africa will be taking on Zescondola Girls of Zambia in a repeat of last year's semi-final.